I'm Chef Tammy Brawley from the Green Kitchen. We're here today to show you a healthy salad. What I want you to keep in mind is that salad does not always mean lettuce. This is a red quinoa salad. I absolutely love using quinoa. Quinoa is actually, there's a couple of arguments out there that quinoa is a seed or it is a grain. I actually believe it to be a seed and not a grain. There's white quinoa, there's red quinoa, and there's what's called a tuxedo quinoa, which is black, white, and red. I prefer to use the red because I think it adds so much color. If you can hear it, it definitely sounds like a seed. And you cook it actually the same way you do rice. You want to add, in this case, we're cutting the recipe in half. We're going to do about a half a cup of quinoa to our pot. We're going to add about a cup of water. And we're going to let that come to a boil. And it's going to simmer for about 10-15 minutes or so, and we'll check it out when it's ready. All right, so our red quinoa has boiled the same amount of time as rice, about 15 to 20 minutes or so. What I want you to notice is what it looks like when it's done compared to the raw stage. It does actually sprout little white kind of curlicues, for lack of a better explanation. And the great thing about quinoa is it is one of the top 100 superfoods that's out there. It's very high in protein. This is an extremely filling salad. You know, the thing about salads is they are mixtures. You can make a salad out of just about anything. In this case, we're going to be using quinoa. While that's cooling off, we're going to make our dressing. Now, you're going to see in the recipe it says to chop the herbs and add it to the quinoa. I actually go a little step further, and I put my herbs in the food processor. We've got some parsley, some basil, and some mint right into the food processor. The mint is going to give it just a nice fresh flavor. You're probably growing herbs in your own garden. I suggest using those for this recipe. I just tossed in a couple of garlic cloves, and now what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. We want about 2 tablespoons or so, and that was a big lemon, so I'm not going to add any more. We want about 1.5 teaspoons of brown sugar. I happen to have some raw sugar here. Totally fine to use that. And we want 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. And we want 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. We're going to go ahead and process that a little bit. Oh, I almost forgot the lemon zest. Definitely some lemon zest. We're going to let that process a little bit, and we're going to come back and we're going to add some olive oil, about 2/3 of a cup or so. And we're also going to add a little salt and pepper right through the feed tube at the top. All right, I'm going to check my consistency. I could process it more if I wanted to, but I think it's beautiful the way it is. And now back to our salad. Now by this time your quinoa will have cooled off, which is great. And what I have done is I have blanched some delicious Virginia green beans and chopped some cherry tomatoes in half. And then I've got some artichoke hearts. If you cannot find just plain artichoke hearts quartered in a can with no marinade and you can only find the ones with the oil, it's okay. Go ahead and get them. It'll be a nice addition. We're going to add that to our red quinoa. We're going to stir that up. You can see it's starting to take on a beautiful color with the tomatoes. What I love about this salad, it is so versatile. If you don't like artichoke hearts, you can leave them out. If you'd like to substitute broccoli for the green beans, certainly go right ahead. And then the other thing is you can also add, if you wanted to add shrimp to this, makes a delicious summer salad. We're going to toss in some chopped almonds, or not chopped, excuse me, sliced toasted almonds. You can toast nuts in the oven at about 350, but you do not want to forget them. I set the timer quite a bit when I do nuts because I've walked over to the trash can many times with them burnt. And now for our dressing. Now if you use a food processor, this is a great tip. Food processor, whenever you dump it out, that blade will always follow. If you put your finger underneath and actually hold that blade in place, it won't follow when you go to take out your dressing. This is a beautiful green color from all those herbs we used. And I could have just chopped the herbs and put them in the salad, would have been fine, but that's a little bit more time. So a little time savers to go ahead and use that food processor and let it do the work for you. Or you can certainly use a blender as well. So now we're stirring our dressing in with our red quinoa, green beans, tomatoes, and artichoke hearts. It's a beautiful salad and also delicious. So we're going to plate that. And come back and garnish it with a few more sliced toasted almonds right on the top. And there you have it, a delicious and healthy red quinoa salad. I'm Chef Tammy Brawley from the Green Kitchen, and we hope you'll join us next time on Heart of the Home.
Recipes from the Heart of the Home can be found on the Virginia Farm Bureau website at vafb.com/recipes, as well as on Chef Tammy Brawley's website at greenkitchenrichmond.com.